What else is making a comeback? Beer Games Championship of the World. Let's give a round of applause for that.
We finally made it. We have finally made it.
The ebbs and flows, Portnoy yelling at you, you yelling at Portnoy. They were in Vegas. We're now out of Vegas. We're back in the backyard of Nashville. The whole world's coming to an end. Then all of a sudden, you take two guys with a dream and a drive, and it happens. We have 3 episodes coming out. Will already talked about that. This was the most fun beer games we've had in the past 3-4 years. It's been going on for 4 years. It's been filmed for 3 years, and 2 years was a real production. Now this one has obviously become more, but this was so much fun. Everybody was about the cause. So many different teams. We checked a lot of diversity boxes, which you really need at Bussin' the Boys. You look in the back of our bus, we got a lot of white cats back there. It's nice to see a little bit of diversity. A lot of gameplay back and forth. We had female representation. It was a great
Some
time.
Some upsets in there that I think everybody will enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Big cat puking.
Yeah. Very exciting. Obviously, you saw us in socials. The PMT guy surprised us. We told them, you're out. It wasn't a disrespectful thing. It was truly us being like, at the end of the day, we just want people who want to be there. We want people to take part in something that's special and believe it's special and want to make it special. They show up in this dope, like looked like one of those party buses you see down on Broadway. They pull up on one of those. They come out. The vibes were high the entire day. Will had himself an extremely good showing on PMT that evening. Big Cat, I bruised Big Cat's cheeks.
Yeah.
Throwing him in that pool. There was a strong thrust in there. A strong thrust.
What was making
my knee hurt
that?
for
what were you trying to do
2
there?
weeks after? What's that?
What was happening? Were you trying to throw him in the pool?
Well, I think that was either JP or Jack was like, hey, it's time for somebody to go in the pool.
You just wanted to like dominate.
I was like, there's only one man. I hurt my back doing that, by the way.
Yeah, that's
my
a hard
back,
suplex.
My back slapped so
Belly to
hard.
back suplex.
Yeah. But I wanted him to know.
I think he knew.
He found out if he didn't. He found out if he did it. It was just a good time, man. And I love that still photo of like, there's like 8 arms wrapped around my head, but I still have Big Cat and you're in there too. It's just like it just looks like a lemon party in there,
I grab
man.
Hank and give him the dishwasher where you got the full Nelson going on.
I didn't know that happened until I saw the clip. That was the wildest shit I've ever seen. And Hank just not fighting at all. You see his body just go limp. This poor head has not seen sunlight in months. Look at this. He's not even doing anything. He's just taking it.
Because he was trying to stay out of it. He was trying to stay
Chris
out of
Long. He's just.
It was a good time. You guys will enjoy this content.
It was fun. Bert's just sitting there thinking, yep, that was me last year. I'm so glad that the torch has been passed to somebody else. Chris Long's in a different atmosphere. He's not even available mentally. Just a really fucking good time. Look at you.
I know. Hairline looks tough there.
That's all right. That's an angle.
Hairline looks tough.
Hey, you're a handsome guy.
Yeah.
You're a handsome guy. And the good thing too, no disrespect to Hank. This is not a disrespectful thing to Hank, but if you put you and Hank next to each other, you're looking a whole lot better. So that's a dub.
I guess, but he shaved his head.
He shaved his head.
Like he had to shave his head.
Because he was going bald. You're not going bald. You got a little.
No, I don't think Hank's going bald. It was he lost a bet.
Because the Celtics won.
The Celtics won.
Oh.
No disrespect to Hank. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Hank. That's not disrespectful.
Championship.
And the fact that I said no disrespect, he can't take disrespect from that. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
But a great time.
Are you gonna watch? You gonna watch all?
Yeah,
all
I'll
3
watch
episodes?
it. We were just talking before. I joked about not watching it, but I'm for sure gonna watch it. It was interesting because security apparently left at like 4 or 5 o'clock. And so towards the other night, there were people in my backyard that I didn't even know. I'm like, who are you guys with? They're like, I was like, what? And at that time, Drunk Taylor was like, I don't care anymore, dude. Do whatever you want.
It was rare form.
It was rare form.
I'm hoping everybody else was in rare form when I see episode 3 here.
If I remember correctly,
Sherm said I go up to Steven and give him a genuine say like, hey, like we got to get this going. Like when are we going to play the championship? And we just played the first round of the championship in that. Sorry, we had to cut that out.
Yeah, that's tough. We had to cut that out. But you will see Will Compton he's just bought into being drunk.
yeah.
You're bought in.
Yeah.
There's no, and the most beautiful thing about you in that situation is you're not trying to hide. You know when people get drunk and they're trying to like pretend they're not drunk, which makes them look more drunk? You were just full on drunk.
Yeah.
The photo of you laying on the ground with your hand in the air, that was something else.
Dude,
man.
Chandler at the end of the night laying down sleeping on the in the driveway.
Yeah, Jack.
One of the most funny.
Sleeping upstairs in the recovery room.
One of the most iconic videos.
That was the best clip we had all day.
Right. And we had to see Mike 2 days later.
Me and Mike actually resolved our beef
Mike
over
and
the
I.
weekend.
But what happened?
Oh, you're gonna grammar please me?
Yeah, dude. I'm 33 now.
Yeah, Mike and me buried the hatchet. He actually buried the hatchet with me, but him and Tony Vitello, who's the Vols baseball coach, both went to Missouri at the same time. And one of my friends is good friends with Tony, and they wanted to connect them. So I sent the numbers in exchange, and he was like July 17th or 19th, whatever it was. It was the day that Jack and Mike buried the hatchet. He's like, we can continue being friends again. So
That's
looks like we're
beautiful,
back
man.
on the on
This is
the
a
up.
good vibes podcast, man. I'm
Yeah,
happy for
good
you. I'm
vibes.
very happy for you. Yeah, dude. It was such a fun time. And we took time to get the cold tub in between events
Yeah, which
Just-
was a smart move in the beginning.
in the beginning. Yeah, it was just fun, man. JP, you got in, didn't you?
You got in the cold tub?
Everyone just bought into biohacking.
Yeah.
Well-
and just getting hammered, just getting blacked out.
As of right now, I'm still retired.
You're retiring. You're not drinking anymore?
I don't like the phrase "not drink anymore," but I'm retired from beer games.
Really?
I think I'm retired. But it's also July 22nd, so it could change.
I think as we get close again next year,
I
like,
think
the
so,
competitive
too.
juices will come out.
Yeah, maybe. I just think, man, I've been at the top of the mountain this chugging thing for a while now, and it feels good. And so why not go out on top and just, you never know if somebody would ever beat me for real. Because I know, and I don't know why it's Asian to me, but there's an Asian cat out there somewhere that at any point could take me down.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see that day. It's so wrapped around my identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Asian.
Except for whatever reason, he feels like that's what it is.
Yeah, there's an Asian. I remember like seeing videos as a kid of like just Asian guys slamming water, and they would take like big like waters and they just put the whole thing in there. I thought that would beat me. So for whatever reason, the ethnicity that would beat me out there is
Yeah.
Asian.
Okay, so you're retired.
I'm retired as of right now.
Moment of silence. Taylor Lewan, greatest chugger of all time. Thank you. Oh yeah, if you retire, I'm gonna have to find a new teammate.
Why don't you host with me? We host.
I'm trying to compete.
James Neal.
Yeah,
James Neal. You trying to compete?
I'm trying to get back out there.
All right, I'm back.
I have a strong opinion on there has to be less beer.
I know, and I have a strong opinion that you're wrong.
Right, but I'm saying we should not have to do a pitcher of beer for Flip Cup.
Why?
Because the game, when you actually play the game for fun, hanging out with friends, you never put that much beer in Flip Cup. It's not a chugging game.
Here's the way I look at it, and anybody in the
I mean,
comments.
Taylor, we
you're-
drank 16 and a half beers within an hour.
Here's the way I look at it, and anybody in the comments, if you feel differently, feel more than welcome. Boys in the back, feel differently. If you feel differently, say anything. I believe the quantity of beer consumed is an equalizer throughout the day. So when you do the chug, everyone's on the same playing field. Based on Flip Cup, you could be out in the first round and save yourself for beer pong and then beer ball at the end before the championship rounds. The people that make it very far in Flip Cup, they're awarded points. However, they're more drunk, equalizing the playing field as the day goes. So if you do really good in the beginning, now there's a level of strategy. Do you want to do that well in Flip Cup? Do you feel really good about your beer pong abilities and your beer ball abilities? If you do, then you just kind of, hey, let's maybe throw this one. We'll stay more sober and be ready to go in these situations when these people are more drunk. So I think there's a good equalizer situation when it comes to that amount of consumption that early.
But I'm thinking if we consume 16 and a half beers in 1 hour, we could figure out a way to where that number is maybe sitting from 10 to 12. Like we're still getting drunk. And no spoilers, but did that stop the boys?
No, it
Did
didn't.
that equalize out?
But we were great. We were in flow state the entire day. There was a different aura.
But that's the thing though. I can't like we get into maybe the back half of episode 2, episode 3. Like I'm gonna have to watch that like I'm watching a movie for the first time. And I would just in the future I would like to like be able to recall these moments.
Yeah, but that's the point. The point is middle-aged men drinking a lot of beer and doing dumb shit.
It's probably easy to say when you're 6'7", 260 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
it doesn't seem like you were blacked out. You weren't that.
you chose to put yourself in that position. They asked
What
me.
do you mean? How was being blacked out?
That's you on PMT.
Oh, okay,
when
yeah.
when the thing was over, Big K goes, "Hey, Will's coming on. Do you want to come on?" And it was like a courtesy. Hey, do you want to come on? But I was like, I'm good, because I knew in my head, if I go on PMT, there's no way that ends well for me. Because even as drunk as I was, still being able to recall the whole night, I saw the clip that JP sent. My voice doesn't sound sober. I know I probably did some of this type shit during the day that I'm not going to be proud of. But that's drunk Taylor, that's drunk Will. That's not who we are.
No, I know
So when
that. But I'm saying
scaries-
to have more fun that I remember.
You had fun.
No, I know, but I want to remember it. Like I want to be drunk, but I don't want to be blacked out to where I'm like, what happened? I didn't know.
Yeah,
No spoilers.
we were
no
supposed to have a
spoilers.
sleepover too, and you didn't sleep over.
Yeah. Like I would love to be the cat at the end of the night, ready to play some video games, order some late night food, not passed out.
We got to have one of those guys, buddy. That was just you this time.
But we could, yeah, because
take some charcoal pills. Take a
what are
couple
your
of
guys'
things.
thoughts? Do you think it should be a pitcher of beer for absolutely every game that we play?
Mitch, stop shaking your head like that, dude.
No, so I attended a beer Olympics over 4th of July, and they've been doing it for like 7 years, and they had a really good format for it, but there was 4 drinking events and 2 non-drinking events, and I think that could be a way where you can at least space it out. But the best thing they do is their finale, and it's called the slow bike race, and it's a course that they track out on this driveway, and it's whoever can ride their bike the slowest time through the course. And like if you take a step off, you get deducted. You actually add time, and it's the last event. So by the end of the day, the people who compete for your team are just obliterated. But it's so funny watching people try and ride a bike as slow as possible and like crashing. And they also just space it out where you drink a lot, but you have time in between where you sober up maybe a little bit. So maybe next year we add in a couple of non-drinking events to where it spaces out, and then make sure that the last event is not a drinking event, because it was so painful watching that finale.
I cannot imagine.
You're going to have fun watching the end. I know that, but
The championship round shouldn't be wrapping up around like what, probably 7 o'clock?
It was
I think it
8
was,
o'clock.
it finished at 9. So
It finished at 9, which
9,
means we
10
drank for
hours of
10
drinking.
hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
16 and a half in the first hour.
I don't think, regardless if you're drinking pitchers or not, if you're drinking from 9 to 9, it's unavoidable. You're going to be plastered. You're going to be done. No matter how much beer you're drinking, if you're drinking for 12 hours, you're going to be drunk.
I have a sneaky suspicion there was PEDs going on during that event as well.
I'm sure there were.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
People
you
taking
guys
charcoal
were
and throwing up and doing
biohacking,
different
so
stuff?
No. PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah, I know, but are you
Cocaine.
saying, oh. You think people were hit some cocaine?
It just seemed like when I was kind of in a dazed state halfway through the day, it felt like there were some people standing a little more straight than me. And I was like, what are you on?
I was wondering how you had so much energy at 11 at night.
It was a wild deal. It seemed like people were taking advantage of the open space out there.
Yeah. I mean, Waka Flocka, just an
Insane.
all-time.
Like for the boys.
Yeah.
Was about it from the get-go. All he wanted was burgers and glizzies there.
Yeah, all he wanted
That's
was
all he.
burgers
That's
and
all he
glizzies.
cared for, man. It was a fun time. I really hope you guys enjoy it. It was a blast to do through all the hardships and everything. It was so much fun.